Russ here, Russ Bucy Music, our YouTube channel page for all things guitar. So the YouTube channel is Russ Bucy Music. Today we're doing reviews. We are at Guitarworks in Greenwood, Indiana, just south of Indianapolis. Cool music store. Long time, Gibson is what we're looking at here. This is the Hummingbird M. Killer guitar. Gibson's doing a lot of exciting things now. Kevin at Guitarworks here is really always on top of what's going on, and he's all over what Gibson's doing now. Gibson's been through some up and downs. There's some other names in acoustic guitars that have been really good, but Gibson has always had these models like the classic Dove, Hummingbird, J45, like the slope shoulder stuff. We're going to do some more reviews of them. Anything you guys want to do on the YouTube channel, let me know. Put it in the comments section. Like I said, we're going to do performances, live videos, all that kind of stuff, some demos. Some of our live shows I think we'll put on there. I'm going to use some of these guitars to do some of the performances as well. Just for the record, because this has the LR Baggs VTC pickup in it, I plugged it in through a Boss Katana for its acoustic channel on there. Then it just, you can hear what the guitar does plugged in. Plus, I put a little loop on with the Boss RC30, which I definitely will do. I'm just kind of learning that pedal, but I'm really starting to like it. Okay, so I'm going to get into the nuts and bolts of this guitar. This is in their modern series. They have the more traditional series with the Hummingbird, and then the modern series. With a lot of their models, they're doing that now. So this is a solid Sitka top. It has rosewood for the back and sides, and then a mahogany neck like a lot of Gibson guitars. They use a material called Richlite, which has actually been around for a long time. Richlite is the fingerboard material on here. It's more sustainable. Mostly tone-wise properties of ebony, and of course you can make it look like whatever you want. Richlite is a paper product actually, and some resin, and they harden it. The one thing I like about Richlite fingerboards are that, you have to, long-time music store guy, you have to oil rosewood, you have to oil all that stuff. This guitar's fingerboard doesn't need oiled. Then you don't get those little sharp edges sticking out on there, so it's a really good in and out, take it to church, take it to live gigs, whatever you want to do, brew houses or whatever, because it's really impervious to a lot of the weather conditions that acoustic guitar fingerboards are subject to. So I think and the other side about it is it sounds great. It's just a really good, and it doesn't wear out over time like normal rosewood or even ebony does. So, and again, I mentioned the controls for the pickup, the tone, and the volume are inside the sound hole on this guitar, so that it doesn't have a big chunk of the body cut out of it for that. I'm going to run through just a couple of things about traditional Hummingbirds. This is got more the modern look to it than some of the Hummingbirds, but that's what it's called, the modern. The other thing it does, Hummingbirds have traditionally had the more Les Paul type scale length. Scale length refers to the distance between the saddle and the nut on a guitar. This one's more like 25.5, which is Taylor and Martin, most of their guitars do that. Some of the Gibson traditional guitars have had a little shorter scale. That longer scale length is just more modern. It's not better or worse. The guitar becomes a slight amount brighter and a little more powerful because there's just more tension on the strings stretched out over that kind of thing. I'm going to give you some of the highlights of this guitar. So as a finger picking guitar, it's got the good separation that you'd want. For even if you want to do the kind of, that kind of, so some of the kind of, some of the traditional Chet kind of stuff, or if you want more of the, so I think it's a great finger picking guitar. I'm going to strum the guitar with my flesh of my thumb. And then I'm going to use a pick for it so you can hear the sound of it with a pick. Boy, guitar comes alive with a pick. Tops really, you can feel the back and sides, but you can really feel this top moving on this guitar. This guitar certainly would not be a guitar that had to be plugged in to sound good. You can sound good with this guitar. Just a little bit about Sitka. You know, there's a few different. There's Engelmann spruce and Alpine spruce, and then Sitka spruce for the top. Sitka is a good all-around guitar. It's a strength to weight ratio thing that they measure that kind of stuff on a guitar's top. With Sitka and this longer scale length, this guitar has a lot of punch. It can be used to play loud, but the wood is not so dense that it won't respond to a player with a lighter touch. It just doesn't compress with a heavier touch, which means you've heard guitars where you bang on them and they just don't get louder. The harder I play this guitar, the louder this guitar gets. But it still responds to me when I'm just... So it's really cool. That's what I like about it. So again, Russ Bucy Music is the YouTube page. If you feel like it, please like and subscribe. In the comments section, if you have any questions about this guitar or any other guitars, just let me know. If there's some products that you would like us to review, tell me about those. We're pretty excited about some of these Gibsons. You can get this very specific guitar at Guitarworks, Greenwood, Indiana. Again, we'll put the stuff on there. So I'll play it out. This is the VTC LR Bags pickup on this guitar. Anyway, thank you. Thanks for watching.